What is blessings? It's not just money. It's not just cars. It's not just clothes. Blessing is deeper than what your hands can touch. Blessing is bigger than the bank. Blessing is when the hand of God is on your life. It's when God puts His fingerprint on your journey and says, "This one is mine." Blessing is favor that makes no sense. Blessing is peace in the middle of pain. Blessing is survival when others didn't make it. Blessing is breathing when the devil tried to suffocate you. Blessing is waking up with nothing but still having everything because God is still with you. Some of you are measuring blessings by what you see, but blessings are more than the material. Some people have houses but no peace. Some have money but no rest. Some smile in public but cry in silence. But when you are blessed, truly blessed, you carry peace that no storm can shake. You carry joy that no news can steal. You carry hope that no disappointment can kill. Blessing is knowing who you are in God even when everything around you is falling apart. You are already more blessed than you think. The enemy wants to distract you with delay, discourage you with comparison, and confuse you with lack. But stop looking at your life through the lens of Instagram. Start seeing your life through the lens of the cross. If you woke up today, that's a blessing. If you had food to eat, that's a blessing. If God still speaks to you, if His Spirit still corrects you, if you can still pray, child of God, you are living in blessing. Don't let the world convince you otherwise. Blessing is not always loud. Sometimes blessing is in the quiet, in the silence, in the waiting, in the not yet. Sometimes blessing shows up in the storm, and you don't even know it until it passes. Sometimes the blessing is in what God blocked. What didn't happen? What didn't go through? That rejection that broke your heart was a blessing. That delay that made you cry was a blessing. That friend who betrayed you was part of your blessing. You didn't see it then, but now you're stronger, wiser, sharper. That was God. When God blesses you, people won't understand it. They will wonder how you're still standing, how you're still smiling, how you're still growing. They thought the betrayal would finish you. They thought the sickness would kill you. They thought the lack would destroy you. But you're still here. And not only are you still here, you're thriving. Because blessing is not survival, it's thriving through what should have destroyed you. It's God rewriting your story in the middle of your struggle. What is blessing? Blessing is protection. The accident didn't happen. The disease didn't touch you. The bullets missed. The danger passed over your house. You didn't see it, but God sent angels to stand at your door. That's blessing. Blessing is provision. When you didn't have the job but the bills were still paid. When you didn't have the strength but somehow you made it through. When nobody helped you but everything still worked. That's blessing. Blessing is presence. When everyone walked out, God stayed. When you were alone, God was still there. When you cried yourself to sleep, He collected every tear. That's blessing. You are not cursed, you are blessed. Stop believing the lie that you've missed it. Stop walking around in shame. Stop thinking your past disqualifies you. The devil is a liar. If you are breathing, God is not done. If you are alive, the blessing is still chasing you. You don't need their approval. You don't need their validation. You don't need their applause. Heaven already chose you. You are already marked. Already called. Already separated. Already equipped. That's the blessing. The enemy wants you to think that blessing is only tied to money. But what good is money without mind? What good is a car without peace? What good is a house if your soul is empty? True blessing fills your spirit first. It renews your mind. It brings healing to your soul. It restores your identity. It makes you whole. That's why the devil doesn't just want to steal your stuff, he wants to steal your understanding of blessing. Because if you don't know you're blessed, you'll live like you're broken. If you don't believe you're favored, you'll live in fear. If you don't see what's on you, you'll beg for crumbs when God already gave you keys to the kingdom. Some of you have been walking in blessing but didn't recognize it. That door that opened, that was blessing. That person who stayed by your side, that was blessing. That strength that carried you through depression, that was blessing. That dream that won't die, that's blessing. That fire inside of you that says, I can't give up now, that's blessing. Stop looking for gold and missing the glory. Stop chasing riches and missing righteousness. Stop asking for more when you haven't honored what you already have. Blessing is not always sudden. Sometimes blessing is a process, a slow unfolding, a seed planted that grows in silence. That's why you can't give up yet. The blessing may not have bloomed, but the seed is in the ground. You may not see it, but it's growing. You may not feel it, but it's working. You may not understand it, but it's moving. God does not lie. If He promised to bless you, He will bless you. It may not come the way you expect. It may not happen in the timeline you want. But it will come. And when it does, it will blow your mind. Blessing comes with obedience. You can't live any way you want and expect to walk in full blessing. God is not a vending machine. He is a holy God. He wants your heart, not just your hallelujah. He wants your submission, not just your shout. When you walk in obedience, you unlock blessing. When you choose righteousness, you unlock blessing. When you sow in faith, forgive freely, love deeply, worship sincerely, you're not just doing spiritual acts, you're building a blessed life. Blessing follows obedience like rain follows clouds. Blessing makes you a blessing. God doesn't bless you to sit on it. He blesses you to release it. He blesses you so others can eat from your overflow. That's why you can't be selfish. That's why you can't keep it all to yourself. You are a distribution center of heaven's resources. That's why the enemy fights you so hard, because he knows you're not just blessed for you. You're blessed for nations, for your family, for your generation. You are the one who breaks the cycle, who opens the door, who plants the tree others will rest under. That's the weight of blessing. Don't underestimate the blessing on your life. Just because people don't clap doesn't mean it's not real. Just because it's quiet doesn't mean it's not powerful. Some blessings are silent but strong. Some blessings are invisible but undeniable. God is doing something in you that can't be explained. He's birthing something that eyes haven't seen and ears haven't heard. You are about to walk into rooms you didn't qualify for. Receive calls you didn't expect. Live answers you only prayed for. Not because you earned it, but because you're blessed. What is blessing? It is divine arrangement. When the right people show up at the right time with the right resources and the right opportunity, and you didn't force it, it was God. When things start connecting like puzzle pieces and doors swing open without stress, that's blessing. When God takes your pain and turns it into purpose, that's blessing. When your enemies become your footstool, that's blessing. When what was meant to break you becomes the thing that built you, that's blessing. When your tears become testimonies, that's blessing. Blessing carries power. You don't have to announce it. You don't have to defend it. Just walk in it. When you're blessed, it speaks louder than words. Favor shows up before you say a word. Grace walks into the room before you shake a hand. Anointing covers you like armor. People don't even know why they want to help you, they just do. They don't know why they trust you, they just do. That's the mystery of blessing. It's divine influence, supernatural attraction, spiritual credibility. You didn't earn it. God gave it. Don't curse what God is using to bless you. Sometimes the blessing is hidden in brokenness. Joseph was thrown in a pit, lied on in a palace, locked in a prison, but he was still blessed. Because blessing is not about where you are, it's about who is with you. And God was with Joseph. That's what blessing is. God with you. Through it all. In it all. Over it all. If God is with you, you are blessed, even when the world says you're not. Even when your bank says you're not. Even when your health says you're not. You are blessed. Some of you are so close to your breakthrough. So close to your miracle. So close to the manifestation of what God promised. But the enemy wants you to walk away before the blessing shows up. Don't move. Don't doubt. Don't turn around. This is your season. This is your moment. This is the year the blessing becomes visible. The season your enemies bow. The season your name is mentioned in rooms you've never entered. The season your seed turns to harvest. Don't give up now. You're about to see what you've only imagined. Blessing will make your haters silent. It will silence every lie, every accusation, every voice that said you weren't good enough. You don't have to fight for it, just stay faithful. Stay pure. Stay humble. Stay available. Stay focused. God is about to elevate you in front of those who laughed at you. Not to embarrass them, but to prove that He is God. That He lifts who He wants to lift. That He blesses who He wants to bless. And He chose you. You've cried. You've waited. You've obeyed. Now prepare. Because the blessing is not coming, it's already here. It's in the shift. It's in the yes. It's in the alignment. It's in the sudden phone call. The unexpected opportunity. The strange favor. The divine idea. The overnight breakthrough. Open your eyes. Open your hands. Open your heart. The blessing is knocking. You don't have to qualify for it. You just have to receive it. You don't have to strive for it. You just have to believe it. You don't have to explain it. Just walk in it. And never forget, blessing is not what the world says it is. Blessing is the evidence of a God who never left. Who never gave up on you. Who always had a plan. And that plan is working right now.